Happy Thursday, Rangerstown. Welcome to the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast. Brought to you, I was so excited to announce the sponsor. Brought to you by Johnny C's Tees. Officially, Johnny C's Tees as a sponsor. Local business for all your t-shirt, both long and short sleeve, tank tops, jackets, hoodies, jerseys, and hats. You name it, Johnny C's got it. Johnny C's Tees bringing you the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast tonight. And thank you to Johnny C's Tees for hopping on board with us. We already love you, and we can't wait for the swag.
Moving on up.
Cheers. Yeah, it's every week it becomes a little bit more legitimate. However, you may notice that we are a bit light this week. Life happens to people. Scheduling conflicts happen to people. Work happens to people. And here we are. Myself, Ricky Diffendale, joined by only tonight, Beano. How are you?
I'm all you got. I'm all you got tonight. So,
well, we have Billy.
I'll do my best.
Hi.
We have Billy in the wings, producing things from afar the way we like it. But again, welcome on a Thursday night, which means we'll have a free Friday tomorrow to do what we can now that indoor dining is open. I think I'm going to go to Bungalow Bar tomorrow night for a meal.
Nice.
And a couple beers, so that'll be cool.
Let's go to the Harbor Light. My wife will be at the Harbor Light. You can come visit her.
I believe we have 6:30 bungalow reservations.
Oh, all right.
So Kristen will have to do without us. Anyway, here we are on a Thursday night, a bit of a light load, but a handsome one at that. Couple things going on this week, aside from the games, which we'll get to. But today, I don't know if you saw this, Bean, but a full participant at practice.
Yes, of course.
Philip Hedel in a contact jersey. So I don't know if he'll play tomorrow or this weekend, but that's a good sign.
So officially listed day to day. So tomorrow is another day, and they're playing tomorrow. So I think he'll be playing tomorrow. If yes, my opinion, he's playing tomorrow.
I don't know. I think we see Brodzinski for at least a game more.
I don't know. He was talking to the media. He seemed like he was happy to be back. But when they said day to day, I was very pleased to hear that.
Well, I'll tell you, they could use him down the middle, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Kid was flying when he got hurt, so don't hurry back, but get back as soon as you can. And being on the ice of practice is a very good sign.
And I was surprised with his English language. He seemed
he had a firm grasp of it.
Yeah, Filipino. I was thinking interpreter, and no, he did a pretty good job.
He's been here for a couple years now, and he's young. Like a kid's mind is like a sponge because he came here and he started playing for the Rangers when he was like 14.
Yeah, so a press conference available to the media. I'm like, I want to tune in just to hear. I never heard him speak. I never heard, until this year, he was kind of just one of those guys. Hopefully turns into something. And now I'm like, come back, please, Filipino.
Yes. Oh, God. They use him. We'll get into why. I think we should take a second just to talk about another part of the shitstorm that is 2020 and 2021 for the New York Rangers. That is the Artemi Panarin story. Before we get into it, our friend of the podcast, Stat Boy Steven, tweeted this out earlier this week. I believe it was, what day is it today? This was 3 days ago. This is what Steven had to say. To recap the last 12 months for New York Ranger fans. Shesterkin and Buchnevich car accident. Keandre Miller Zoom incident. Lundqvist bought out. Zibanejad gets COVID, misses camp. D'Angelo is removed from the team. Panarin has to take a leave of absence. And he also asked, did he miss anything? I didn't look for the answers. I didn't want to know. So just when you think it couldn't get any weirder, you have this story come out about Panarin from the past involving him potentially and this underage girl, whatever, on a fight. And since then, it seems that there have been several sources that have debunked the story, so to speak. So just to get your opinion on it, Bean.
Apparently, this is 10 years old, this story. Is that what they said? 9 to 10 years ago?
Apparently, yeah.
How old is Panarin? Was this like in kindergarten?
What's he, 26 or 27? So
when did this apparently happen? KHL? How young was he playing in the KHL? This was
he must have been a teenager, like Lafreniere or Kako.
But yeah, I am on board with this as a distraction, to say the least. But he's well, we don't have to go into politics, but he's very outspoken about
Right,
the
of
Putin.
course.
So, and he supports I don't even know the guy's name. I probably can pronounce it anyway, but he's the challenger to Putin in this upcoming election. So that's what I really think this is all about.
Name redacted, so we don't ping on any like Russian sites.
Duh.
They don't know if they're meddling in our podcast.
In
But
our Discord podcast.
I've seen from several things. Another tweet that I screenshotted, just contrary to the allegations of assault on an 18-year-old Latvian girl. Several people have spoken to Latvian authorities, and there has never been a report filed on the alleged assault, nor has there ever been a court case. So it seems like it's a hit piece, and I hope it is, because whenever something like that comes out, you pray to God it's not true. And this one seems, at least for now, that it's not true, and thank God, to say the least.
I don't know who it was. It was either Bob McKenzie or Darren Drager I was watching the other night, and the NHL was looking into this, and their exact words were, "This is not an investigation." It was almost just like, we're just looking into these allegations. It's not like there's no league investigation on him, and by the Rangers, he's also. It's more of a sit and wait and let this, what actually comes of this.
They have to cross their T's, dot their I's. I get it. You have to look into. You can't just ignore it. You have to look into it.
But when is it? Again, in the world we live in now, you don't want to say something's not true, but when do you say, okay, this is fabricated? Can he go back to going to this is his job? Can he go back to going to work now?
Right. Plus, you worry about his family over there, and it's a whole different ball game over there, and that's the priority. Like, you want him to be safe, you want his family to be safe, and then then hockey comes second. We want him back as soon as possible. We just what did he miss? 1 or 2 games hurt before he came back.
Just one. Might have been just. Well, that was my away week, so I was.
He's just so good at hockey, and we need him back as soon as possible. But obviously, when shit like this happens and it involves his family and safety outside of the game, it's he takes his time, and I think everybody understands that.
I think it was just the one game, and he was noticeably absent.
Yeah, and then he was noticeably present on Saturday when the Rangers played what I think might be their most complete game of the season. Being, like we said, we're diligent note takers. Saturday was not one of those days. I was out of the house watching the game, enjoying every second of the game. Actually, the beginning of the game was a little bit boring, but Georgiev played, and he played well. The team put up 4 goals to the Caps 1, and I was very satisfied at the end of that game.
Yes, I actually watched that entire game thanks to my father on our Sling Box down in Florida, because he tapes all the games, and he used it from up here. We were sitting down 8 o'clock at night. Well, it's actually probably close to 7 o'clock at night, like it was live. I turned off the phone, didn't look at anything.
Oh, you didn't see anything all day? That takes diligence. I would not be able to do that.
I also wasn't home or at work. I was on a little vacation, so it was easy to not look at the phone other than see what time it is. But I turned off my notifications that day.
I don't know. That's like, what do you do? Like, so you're a big Ranger fan. I wonder how many fans who would be out doing something but have to check their phone. No. This reminds me of in the 90s, I taped the game. Don't say anything. I'm going to watch it when I get home. Get the fuck out of here. I have to look at updates constantly if I have them in my hand.
No, I could still do. I remember specifically because Jimmy Healy called me at 5 o'clock, and I picked up the phone and said, "Don't tell me anything about the game. I'm taping it." And he goes, "Oh, I wasn't even calling you about that. He was traveling back from somewhere else. Also, I won't say where because I don't want to get people in trouble in the world we live in now. But he might have traveled outside the protected areas, or maybe he didn't. I don't know. But I can do it. I can say, don't tell me a word. I can shut it off.
Good for you.
But I also am not as crazy as I used to be. I can also.
Good for you. Good for the Rangers beating the Capitals again. 4-1 final on Saturday. Healthy drubbing of a very good team. So I felt good coming into yesterday after a few days off.
Before we move past that, that's 2 against the Caps. 2,
yes.
And the Caps are a good team. And they were missing. They might have been missing a couple of guys too. Now I'm thinking about it, but I don't care.
Yeah, but everybody's missing guys at this point. So it's whoever's on the ice, you got to beat him. Case in point, you talk about the Flyers yesterday, and Giroux was back, but there's still no Voracek, still no Konechny. Still, they're down a couple guys. There's no Panarin for us, no Miller. Miller's in COVID protocol all of a sudden, as is Kakko. Get well soon to both those guys, especially Kakko. We know he has the pre-existing condition. But there's a game to be played. So these lineup changes happened last night with no Miller. You have Jack Johnson back in there. You have Brodzinski playing. Um, and it wasn't, from a game standpoint, I was entertained by the game last night. But it was ugly on both
I
sides,
was
depending how you
annoyed.
look
I was
at it.
more annoyed by the game because it seemed like they on the game they could win. Besides, first thing, Claude Giroux flying all over the ice.
Yeah, after the Rangers have to stop playing people after they've not played for weeks because they just come out and they fly against them. And Giroux personally did it last night.
I mean, he's been a good player in the league, but I could even think in the last couple of years, like he's been okay. He hasn't like he's been a guy on the ice for the last couple of years. Like he's their captain, he's a good player, but he was all over the ice.
Yeah, he committed a murder
every time
last
he was
night.
on the ice. You heard his name called every time he was on the ice. So that's
That,
always
and if you want to score your first goal of your career or the season, you have to play the Rangers because it happens every game.
It's comical. It's almost comical to a point.
But
Like
what are we
if
like?
you
It's like 17 games in now, right? It's not like, oh, the first like 3 or 4 games of the season you understand it, but now we're getting into the middle part of this season. It's shortened, and there's still people scoring their first goal of the season, their first career goals. It's maddening every game.
second goal of their career, first one was last year against the Rangers, and they haven't scored since they scored last year against the Rangers. Like,
Oh my God,
you know,
it's just
if Zibanejad was on another team, he would be dying to play the Rangers. He'd be dying to play the Rangers.
that's how you get the monkey off your back.
That's right. He'd be marking that. When am I playing the Rangers? He'd be
Oh
marking.
wait, by the way, that's why I put the Zibanejad. First of all, I keep tweeting that Zibanejad's on his way back. Scored the empty net goal against the Caps. Couple of helpers last night, 2 or 3 assists last night. So it's coming. It's coming. If it's not, it's already here, but it's coming.
Let's hope. Let's hope so. Let's, especially without Panarin and everybody else on this protocol and injury list.
Their penalty kill has been fantastic. It was kind of bad for part of the night last night. There was a goal that Van Riemsdyk scored where there was no one within 6 feet of him, but then they killed the 5-on-3. Chris Kreider scored a hat trick. I believe that's the first of his career, right? Right where he needs to be.
I think it's second. I think he did it. I think that's it last night. It's second, and it's been years, so it's years.
Right where he needs to be, in front of the net. That's where you camp out. Let's go every game. That's all you need to do.
First started, remember they were doing those stretch passes to him, and he was flying up the ice and scoring goals. He's not that player anymore. So just park your ass in front of the net and score. Adam Grady.
But sometimes he looks like that player. Sometimes he shows that speed. It just doesn't happen every night.
He's not that speed guy anymore. He's a big guy. He's park it in front of the net and hit those garbage goals. That's what he should be doing. And deflecting and just getting in the way.
3 of them last night. A Rangers goalie stopped a breakaway in a big spot. Igor came up big on a couple of breakaways, I think.
A couple of breakaways, yes.
So we've been waiting for that to happen.
He played great last night. And that game shouldn't have been as close as it was.
No.
Shouldn't have been as close as it was. So that's why I was probably more frustrated because he kept us in that game and then we just couldn't even cash in.
Mika Zibanejad's backhander magic has disappeared. He might need a new move on the breakaway. He had 2 breakaways that he did the same move on. And Brian Elliott, the Vezina candidate, Brian Elliott, stopped him twice.
How old is Brian Elliott?
How old is Brian Elliott? 63.
Because when they said he was playing, I was like, Brian Elliott's still in the league? This guy's still in the league?
He's been on the Flyers since the 80s.
And I might have confused him with Brian Boucher because maybe it's Brian Elliott, Brian Boucher.
Boucher was in the box calling the game for NBC Sports. Anyway, tough loss. And, of course, a former Ranger scored a goal against the Rangers. Death and taxes and that. Kevin Hayes, suck it. Overrated as they come. And I'm still glad he's not on the Rangers. So that was the week so far on the ice with the capital win, capital gains, if you will. And a tough loss to the Flyers with a shorthanded team, but there's no excuse. There's guys on the ice. You got to step up and win. They played well at times, but didn't get it done. And Igor looks good, and that's very that's heartening.
That's a very good positive out of last. Out of a loss, that was a positive. He played great, and he looked like he did end of last year. Not really much in the playoffs, but he couldn't help us because he was not
Agreed.
really
Agreed. So you are watching the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast, brought to you by Johnny C's Teas, and we are ready for our first guest of the evening. Some of you out there might be familiar with this man's work. His name is Paul DeMonte. He is from the Rangerstown Man Cave, which if you haven't seen it, either on the commercials on MSG or on their Instagram, for Ranger fans, it is a sight to behold, and we're excited to welcome him in just a few moments as soon as William Trotter tells me that he's ready for us.
You've probably seen it and just haven't realized that this is the guy you've seen on these commercials. So,
waiting on Paul to show us.
He looks great. He looks great.
What? If he's not in the man cave, this was all for nothing, right? This is.
I would hope he's in there.
Buffering. There he is.
And he's
What's
in the
up,
man.
Paul?
All right.
Thank God. I was like, why would we bring him on? And then he would just like video chat in from the bathroom or something.
Yeah.
All right, Paul, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad. You?
I cannot complain for a Thursday, so all is well. Obviously, you are in the man cave, and we'll get to that in a moment. But I just want your take. You know, obviously, you're a huge fan. Why would you do this to a portion of your house if you weren't? What is your take on the Rangers season so far? In a nutshell.
Uh-oh. Is it my end or is it everywhere?
Kind of disappointing.
I can hear
so
you.
Far.
Beano's,
I expected them to be, a lot better than they are. You hear me fine? All right. Yeah. So a little bit disappointed so far. I expected a lot better. With Lafreniere, I know he's young, still has a lot to develop. I know he'll eventually get there. But Zibanejad, all our key players got to wake up. The only one that's really playing right now is Panarin, and obviously he's out. Who knows how long it's going to be? That whole thing is just nonsense if you ask me, and pretty much anyone else. But like I said, I have high expectations every year. This year was higher than most, but I'm a Ranger fan, die hard for years, and
it's just tough sometimes, but
as much as they frustrate me at times, it's tough.
All right, so
tough, but I think the future looks bright.
Of course. So obviously you are in the Rangerstown Man Cave right now. We could tell just by this shot that it's pretty damn elaborate with the Ranger lights dancing around behind you. So I have to ask, like, how and when did this all start?
All right, so I've been in the house
as far as construction and all that.
I've been in the house about 4 years now. When I first bought the house, I think a week into my move, I was all moved in. I started breaking walls down in the basement. I already knew what I wanted to do here and there, and it took me about 6 months to build everything. Me and my friends actually did it ourselves, which is, I didn't want to pay someone to come in and do it because I had it pictured. I wanted to do it myself. But since then I've been adding to it, changing it around for years now. I just did the ceiling behind me with the lights and made it look like the MSG scoreboard back there too. I just did that about a month ago. It took me about like a week and a half to do, but I always keep thinking of new things that I want to do with it, and eventually I'm running out of room now, so I have no room to add anything else really.
But were you like always a crafty guy, or is this the first time you ever done anything like this, or like do you work with your hands? Like
I was always handy. Never really like built things, but I figured it out and it came together pretty good. I think.
I'd say so.
I had me here about 3 or 4 times filming commercials, and I think I have a new one coming on supposedly this week, maybe next week. They had me film on my phone and send them a couple clips,
right?
Because of COVID, they couldn't back to the house. But yeah, these crazy times, right? At least fans will be back in the garden soon. So
yes, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, what a breath of fresh air! I won't be there, but I'm sure they'll. Yeah, I'll be. Sure, they'll have a good time.
Tickets were a little much to get into the building, so it's only 10,000. What is it?
What's the going rate?
2,000 fans.
Like 1,500 or something. I don't know.
Well, I think season ticket holders got first crack, and then I got an email like on General Public. They went on sale. I went on Ticketmaster. It was like $350 to go there. I'm like,
It's steep, a little
it's
steep.
Playoff game, yeah, I get it. Regular season game, not so much. But eventually I'll be back there. I mean, I don't have a problem watching it here.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time
It doesn't-
watching. Like, what's the difference really? It's like,
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely do miss being there in person. Sports and live sports periods. But hopefully everything gets back to normal soon.
I think we're on our way. We're on our way. We'll get there.
I think so. Only thing is with the shortened season, what do we got? 18 home games left, so we'll see what happens.
Dean, what do you got for Paul?
I was going to ask him the same question you did. I guess we should check with each other's questions, and then he answered.
No, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of this show. We don't have to prepare.
And then my follow-up question was, do you change things? And he answered that with your question. I'll just ask, can you turn the red light on and play the music?
I could.
No, you have to do it right now. Before you leave us, just
Yeah.
play the.
Is it just the press of a button, or do you have it synced up to go off like automatically when the Rangers score?
Okay, so there's an actual app, but it goes off when they score automatically, but it's a little delayed. It's probably about like 20, 30 seconds. So I just do it manually. It's better. Press the button, the lights go off, and the goal horn also.
You have a
I mean,
little
it's a little
button
bit more of a pain in the ass.
at the end of the couch. You have a button at the end of the couch to flap it when you're going up.
Just on the phone, nice and easy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Even better.
I would get it hardwired. Just
Yep.
slap the chair. It goes off when you're jumping up.
That's
Slap
nice.
it way up.
I gotta do that next somehow.
Oh, so
I gotta figure that one out.
one of our friends who's not with us tonight, Paul, wanted me to ask you this question. He said, "Ask him, how'd your dad get into the locker room to get the champagne bottle signed? Was he like Andy Dufresne crawling through the sewer, or was it something boring, like he just worked there?" That's the question.
Funny story. He actually didn't work there, but he actually had credentials. He was able to get in there, so he had credentials. He was in the building pretty much all day. Didn't really have a ticket to get into the game, so he had to hide in the bathroom until they let everyone in. And he was in a suit. Yep, he was in a suit with credentials and everything. They actually did say he looked like Mike Keenan back in the day. So I don't know how he got on the ice afterwards. He's got pictures in the locker room with Mike Keenan with the ball. Yeah, I remember I was 10 years old when they won the cup, and my dad was at the game. I asked I was home watching it. I was like, "Where's Dad?" He's like, "Oh, he's with the client in a meeting." Yeah. I didn't know he went to the game, and I found out. I was fucking pissed. I was 10 years old, but I was like, "Really?" My one chance I had right there,
There'll be other chances. There'll be other chances.
I'm hoping so. Yeah, we went. Me and my brother went to the game 4 of the Stanley Cup against LA at the Garden. That was another hopeful year, but they just couldn't
shut the door. Couldn't shut the door on those goddamn Kings.
And it's a shame too, because Lundqvist, with Lundqvist's career, he should have had a couple cups. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that.
I'm sure your dad wanted you there, but sneaking you in and hiding you out in the bathroom for a few hours probably wouldn't have been the best look if you got caught. You might have screwed up his operation.
Yeah.
So, Paul, what's the most random thing in that man cave? Like the most obscure item you have down there? Because you have a lot of shit down there. A lot of also these Henrik Lundqvist helmets and all that stuff. Like, what's the weirdest thing you have down there?
Weirdest, maybe a lottery ball. Like my brother actually got that for my birthday. Put it in the case for me with the Rangers, #1 draft pick lottery ball. So probably that. I mean, we don't really have too many weird things down here.
Is it the lottery ball or is it a lottery ball?
To say yes, but it's not. I want people to think it is.
There you go.
Yeah, if it was the lottery ball, that would be worth.
How
you can even get your hands on something like that.
If anyone asks, I'll let them know. It's real.
No Alexei Kovalov troll dolls down there. Remember those things?
No.
Kovalov used to collect trolls. You didn't see that?
It has like a Rangers gnome. Yeah,
they made a Kovalov gnome.
Kovalov, when he came over from Russia and he was on the Rangers, he would collect the little troll dolls, the kids' toys,
Okay.
and he had it with the
Okay.
Stanley Cup. And when they see that
Okay.
picture, he's got his little troll dolls. That was his little whatever.
I have a Rangers rubber duck. That's the most random thing I have. Did we lose audio? No, we're back.
No, I'm thinking
We're
about
back.
what the most random thing I have.
Paul, who would you say is your favorite current Ranger and favorite all-time Ranger?
Current, definitely Panarin. What's there not to love about the guy? You know, he does everything on and off the ice. Past Ranger. You know, I was always a big fan of Adam Graves growing up. Loved his game, loved his play, his grittiness. He was probably my past favorite. You know, obviously with Messier, Leach, Richter, you can't forget those. But yeah, I think Graves is my favorite.
It's a solid pick.
He actually there was actually one of the viewing parties during the playoffs with Carolina. We had like a Zoom meeting with the Rangers, and Graves.
Yeah, I was
on.
in it. I was on that one.
I showed him the man. Yeah, and he actually said, I've seen this. I would love to come check it out. I mean, it would be great if he was able to come, but highly unlikely. But
I think he would. He totally seems like the type of guy that if you got in contact with him, he would definitely come watch a game there. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
that guy's awesome.
I've never heard a bad thing about Adam Graves, and I hope I never ever hear a bad thing about Adam Graves. Because
I mean, every time you see him, the guy does a smile on his face, signs everything, takes pictures, talks to you. He's a great guy.
Those viewing parties weren't bad. They were a bit more. They made the games a bit more tolerable in those bubble games. When we were sitting there, at least we were watching together. Them get their ass kicked by Carolina.
I remember we had them. There was that one drunk lady in there. They kept muting her and kicking her. It
wasn't terrible.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
Oh my God! What was her name? She was a nut. We should get her on the podcast. I gotta find her.
I don't remember. You gotta find her. I don't remember.
She was a nut. I forgot about her until you brought that. Oh my God! I'm kind of scared. But yeah, she was a nut. She was out there. Wow.
Yeah, she was.
Oh my God. All right, I know you got to run, Paul. I got two more questions for you though. What's your favorite Garden moment that you were there for?
In '94, Game 7 against the Devils, Stanley Cup playoffs. Matteau's overtime goal. I remember being there for that. When Matteau scored in overtime, I was actually jumping up and down on the seats, and I actually got my foot caught in between the seats. I remember that. I'll remember that until the day I die. Just unforgettable moment.
How long did it take for people to realize you were in distress?
Oh, a while. I didn't stop. I just kept yelling, jumping up and down, and my foot was caught there. I think my dad had to get my foot out of the seat. But yeah, it was definitely an unforgettable moment. Great game, and game for the history for the Rangers.
I feel like you'd be hard pressed to find a better answer to that question than that if you were there.
Yeah.
And then my final question has nothing to do with hockey, but gun to your head, one fast food chain the rest of your life, what would it be?
One fast food chain. Probably go with Five Guys.
That's
Five Guys is good. Yeah,
I actually had that. I had that for lunch today. Five Guys.
Five Guys.
I had that for lunch today.
You had Five Guys for lunch today?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it all makes sense. I think that's the first Five Guys pick.
That was the first.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
A little pricey, but it's good. You're paying for what you get.
A little pricey or a little greasy?
I mean, I prefer it over In-N-Out. I mean, I like In-N-Out, but I think In-N-Out's a little overrated. But
never had
Five Guys.
No.
Fair enough. Well, Paul, I apologize for spelling your name wrong on the promo. It'll never happen again. Paul DeMonte, Rangerstown Man Cave. Before you go, if you could just put on the red light for Beano, that would be great. And we thank you for coming on, and let's go Rangers, and we'll have you back. And hopefully Adam Rangers one day in the Man Cave.
I hope he didn't spell his first name right. First name wrong.
No, I spelled Paul right.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. He's gonna set it up. He'll give us the whole experience of the Man Cave.
I do love the ceiling. I love the like that looks awesome. Like the MSG ceiling, that looks great.
Just a perfect chef's kiss to the rest of the. It ties the whole room together.
MSG on there though, Billy. Might have to pixelate that out on the replay.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's okay. This is something that I know that my wife would never let me do.
No. I'll ask if he doesn't run off. I'll ask him one more. Like it has to be in like his basement, right?
Yeah, I would imagine. Doesn't seem like it's up.
I caused an issue.
Doesn't seem like it's upstairs.
I don't know. You know, be in a room.
So he said basement. He said it was a basement.
Basement.
I lost audio. I was blaming him. It was my audio was the problem.
Yeah, it was your audio. Are we ready?
Ah, very nice.
Yep.
That would never get old for me.
Now I got more questions now. Ricky said that would never get old. He said that would never get old for him. What do your neighbors think? Does it get old for your neighbors on a Tuesday night at 9:30?
Thick walls.
I don't know if they hear it, but my fiance hears it. If she's not down here, if she's upstairs working, she hears it. Calls me, tells me to lower it. Because it gets.
God bless that woman. God bless her for letting you do this in the first place. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, again, Paul, thank you for humoring Beano and giving us the whole spiel with the red lights and the song. We love it.
Well, it looks
Thanks
like
for coming on.
Thanks for
He was turning it on. No maintenance necessary. It's all good.
Night. You don't want to find out in real time. There's an issue.
I know you said you have a game tonight, so we'll let you run. But thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
And definitely, when you keep finding places to put things, and then keep putting it on Instagram so we can all enjoy it.
I will.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
See you soon.
What a show.
I mean,
too early.
I was gonna wait until after we talked to Dan Werner, but geez, that. Now the video, the video is cool. The video looks nice, right? When he played the red lights. But go on Instagram, Rangerstown Man Cave, and check out the pictures of what the room actually looks like and all the memorabilia he has down there. It really does it justice, and I'm sure it's probably even sicker in real life. Yeah. Really, really cool. Something my wife would never allow. Not that we have a basement or anything, anyway. But
he's got the bar in the back with the boards.
Fantastic. He's got like legit Lundqvist helmets. The real ping pong ball,
White Liberty jersey on the wall. I've seen it.
It's a magical room if you're a Ranger fan. If you don't follow Rangerstown Man Cave on Instagram, I suggest that you do. And Paul's a good guy, so check them out. It's awesome. We're rolling along tonight, babe.
Yeah, moving right along.
I think it's time. To bring on Dan.
All right, give me a second.
You could have several seconds to bring on Dan Werner. You might know him as Ranger Suit Dan. Also been featured on some commercials on a MSG network. So I kind of want to get to the bottom of it. Is this a custom garment or is it something that he bought? Is it like Joker-esque? Like the Joker made his suit, didn't he? Well, we'll see if Dan made his as soon as we get picture. We could hear Dan.
What's up, guys?
But we need to see Dan.
You just might have to turn your camera back on, Dan. Sorry. There you go.
Well, Billy, don't yell at him. He's a guest. There he is.
I'm sorry.
Dan Werner. Sorry. Sorry.
He's got his Messier retirement jersey hanging up there. I see that.
It's actually Vic Hadfield.
Oh,
yeah. Good. Screw you, Beano. You jerk.
I didn't read the name. I saw 11.
I guess it. Yeah.
Yeah. Hadfield night, retirement night. We went.
Dan Werner, aka Ranger Suit Dan. Dan, how are you on this Thursday evening?
I'm doing good. Another day closer to the weekend, and living here. I get a beer league starting back up tomorrow, so It's been over a year. So
nice. You got to get out there. Good. Got to get out there and get moving. I hear you.
Put on weights.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. That's actually my question. I'm going to jump right in. That District 5, is that your team? Because that was my question.
What's
Is that
District 5?
Club? Is that yours?
Yeah,
Is that your
that's
your
us.
team?
That's us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Their name is District 5.
So
like
we
the
have we have a team here on Long Island, and we have 2 upstate teams. So actually, on Saturday, we got approved. We do an outdoor winter classic every year between Long Island and upstate New York. So
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice. They need to start approving this shit more. Like, it's time to let us, get back out there. And
I'm ready.
good.
It's been way too long. Way too long.
So, Dan, give us your take on the Ranger season so far. How do you feel about it? The ups, the downs, all of it. How are we feeling about it?
I think you said ups and downs. Watching every game, like you feel good one moment, another moment you're a little down. Like Paul even said, you guys said I had high expectations going in, but it is a young team. But I feel like the young guys are stepping up a little more than the veterans. Some of them, but
at least as of late, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not to go off topic. I'm a Jet fan, so I'm very easy with watching teams be crap for very long. So this is nothing to me, but I like watching Miller out there, even though he's out, still right now. But Fox, growing and everything. That's exciting for the future coming. So that's what I like to see is the build.
Yeah, the Rangers have 4 wins. Did the Jets get 4 wins this year? Well, they win 2.
Don't they? Yeah, I mean, if you add up their last 2 seasons.
All right, we'll leave the Jets alone. We'll leave the Jets alone. All right, so I got to ask about the garment itself.
Yeah.
So is this a piece of clothing that you yourself made, or did you buy it somewhere? Like, where did it come from?
So actually, I did buy this. It was a limited release online. I bought it, but I plan on getting a custom-made one. I've looked into it to kind of differ from the norm here. But yeah, this was bought online, and it kind of just, like I said, I went to a game on Halloween, so everybody was in costume. So I'm like, I'm gonna throw this on, and I threw it on, and it worked. I wore it to my wedding at one point.
It's crazy, like, so because Paul with the man cave, my fiance, she let you do this. Like, you guys moved into the house, and she let you do this. So, like, my wife's very cool, but I knew that I probably wasn't going to wear like a Ranger jersey or suit at the wedding itself. I like the Ranger ring, but
there you go.
I didn't try to push the envelope too much, so. I can't remember if it was you. It must have been you. But was she also wearing a jersey when you put the suit on, or?
She a shawl,
okay.
whatever it's called. I always get that wrong, but yeah, she threw it on, and we wore that at the wedding. And then a couple of her cousins threw on their Ranger sweatshirts because, just to jump in. But
nice.
It was good. It was good. And actually, just what I was saying, I heard you guys talking about the DVR and everything like that. Who could DVR something and then check the scores? So actually, it's funny because she probably will still hate this story to this day. But 2015, Game 7 against Tampa Bay, the Eastern Conference Finals. We were at a concert at Jones Beach, and instead of watching the concert, I scoured that whole building and found the only TV.
Who was the concert? Who was performing? Who'd you go see?
If I could remember, it was a country artist. I know that. She would know better. I was more focused on the game. But we missed the first 2 acts, and I actually, it didn't matter who the final act was because that was a 2-0 loss anyway, so I didn't really care. But that was our. We were only together for about a year at that point.
So you had to. He had to go. So they were only a year together.
Yeah.
A playoff game is completely different than a Tuesday night against Buffalo. I can wait.
Yeah.
Playoff games, I'm not waiting for a playoff game. I'm finding somewhere to watch it, or I'm watching the sticks move on my phone.
Yeah.
That's the worst case scenario. I'm watching that by play. Dump icing. Like I'm watching that.
That same game in 2015, there was a benefit at my school that I was running. So I actually had one headphone in my ear the whole night. And then I forget. I think it was Andre Palat who scored like the 1-0 goal. It was in the third period. It was a 0-0 game the whole game, and Tampa scored. And
Yeah.
I was in the middle of talking to a room full of people, and I heard it in my ear, and it took everything in me not to just be like, "Fuck!" In a Catholic school, by the way. So thank God that didn't happen. But I couldn't. I was like, I'm gonna go to this benefit, and then I'll go home and watch it after. No, you can't. You can't do it.
I couldn't do it. I had a DVR, but I found a TV. I watched it.
I hope you went home and
that kind of grew her
deleted it.
into a Rangers fan.
That?
I did. Yeah. Never want to remember that.
I'm trying to remember now. AJ, I wish AJ would, if he's not going to join us tonight. He's not here, but
You didn't hear about AJ? He
yeah.
fell off a cliff and died on impact.
Now I can't remember if it was AJ's wedding or I was with AJ at the wedding.
I was at AJ's wedding. That was not a hockey game wedding.
Okay, so AJ was with me at the bar across street from the Coral House watching a Ranger playoff game or some kind of Ranger game. We left the wedding and went across the street and we're watching, and then came back, and then
I mean, you have to. It's the only way to do it.
we missed the best man speech. I don't know whose wedding this was.
Who cares?
And I almost don't
Heard
want
one, heard them all.
I don't want to hurt any feelings. So, but so many people get married at the Coral House. So,
By the way, speaking of AJ wants me to ask Dan if he's ever worn the suit to an away game, and if you haven't, do you plan on doing it?
So I have only one game, and it was actually at Nassau Coliseum against the Islanders.
How was that
And
received by the Islander fan that was there?
Give and take, a little hate here and there, but nothing to handle. Actually, we did have a couple of Islander fans come up to me and want to take a picture, just for the hell of it, I guess. So that kind of. But the best part about wearing it there was actually I set up a whole work thing. So I invited everybody from work, and I went out and got the tickets. And my boss at the time was a huge Islander fan, so I got to throw it back in his face a little bit. So.
Did they win that game at least?
Rangers did. So actually, they tied it with about 3 seconds left, and that's I don't know if I can remember. They just right to the point. There's a Zibanejad just cranked it from the point. It was a clean shot right over the bar. It was beautiful, and they ended up winning in overtime, but they were down towards the end. So,
but that's a good thing about going to watch Ranger Islander games at the Coliseum. It's almost like a second home game sometimes.
It's mostly Rangers. That's why I said the Islander fan probably had his feathers ruffled, but the 20,000 Ranger fans there that didn't care.
Oh, I love it because he's sitting behind me, but there's a Ranger fan behind him, so I could slap him 5 right over his head while he's sitting there drinking his beer with his head down.
Do people often ask you for photographs when you're in the suit?
Yeah, a good amount. Usually, it's just a lot of people just walk by and just say nice suit and stuff like that, and give a little high five. But so I wore it, like I said, I wore it to the game, and I noticed when I wore it to that game that if I stood up and started cheering, that it gathered attention enough that people would kind of get behind it. So that's pretty much the reason why I kept wearing it, is because I could stand up in the middle of, section 118 where it's mostly, there's a couple corporate people there and stuff like that, but I could stand up in this and it gathers enough attention to get that section pumped up. So
nice. What are you going to do if someone else buys a Ranger suit and tries to come after you? You might need the custom one. Like I was saying, the Joker, he had that shit made from scratch. I mean, you got to start sewing this thing together. You got to throw some different elements into it. Maybe the Liberty logo gets involved.
I was just thinking,
I got a really
nice white Liberty would look nice to match that blue.
He's obsessed with the white Liberty, Dan.
I love the white Liberty jersey.
I've watched the podcast. I know all.
The question is,
I got.
If you've watched the podcast, you know that Beano's a big Richter guy. But if I asked you to pick between Lundqvist and Richter, who would you pick?
Ooh, you look at Lundqvist,
that's not
his
part
numbers and everything.
It is. I made it a part. It's a part of it now.
I mean, I'm a long-term guy, but look at Lundqvist's numbers and everything like that. Richter has the cup, I get that, but Lundqvist does it on and off the ice too. I'm a big community guy.
So it's Lundqvist.
Yeah, Lundqvist, yeah.
Okay.
There's no wrong answer here.
I'm not trying to say that I hate Mike Richter. I love Mike Richter, but I'm a Lundqvist guy.
Yeah.
There's no.
You're
wrong
right.
Answer
There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I wore the Clyde jersey to represent the 3-goal game.
we were saying, just stay in front of the net, Kreider. Nowhere else. Put those
Just
goals
park it.
in. Let's go. That's all you got to do. Now, the commercials, Dan.
Yes.
Were you approached by MSG, or did they approach you? Or did someone like send you to them or whatever?
So actually, one day, MSG Networks just DM'd me on Instagram, and I looked at them like, this is bullshit. This is a fake account or something like that. And I opened up like, hey, we saw your picture. We thought you'd be good for the commercial. So I was talking to a guy over there for a little bit, and he just basically asked, he's like, what games are you going to this year? And can we follow you along? So I gave him, like, I said, yeah, I'm buying my ticket soon. I gave him the list, and he chose a game against Minnesota. And it was actually the game where Zuccarello finally came back to the Garden. So
I miss him.
I don't want to, I'm leaving. So. But yeah, so he messaged me about that, and he basically said, he's like, we want to come to your house, and we'll start from there, and like film you putting on the suit. And I said, no, not the pants, only above. But
Right. Things could have gotten real weird real fast. Then.
No.
So it's like
a
wedding photographer following you around, getting ready, taking you to the event.
Exactly. Yeah. Speaking of, there you go. There's the wedding. Actually, I got this hat made for my wedding.
Nice.
There you go. Alongside.
Nice.
Yeah. But
I like
yeah, they came. Thanks. She's a good girl. She's all right.
It's, as someone who's had a camera follow them around MSG, it's equal parts weird and awesome.
It is. It's almost like nerve-wracking in the beginning. Like
what
they come in with this big camera.
What am I supposed to do? Like, just act it, be yourself. I can't. There's a camera on me.
Yeah, that's literally what they said. They said, just be yourself. I'm like, well, you're standing here with this microphone like this. Like,
you should have filmed it without telling me, then told me after. That would have been myself.
Yeah. It went smooth though,
It's fun though. It's fun, and they do a good job.
Congrats to you on the CFO winning too. I know it's been a while, but
that could have been awesome. It was. You know what? It was.
Oh, you
awesome,
didn't hear?
But it was just.
You didn't hear?
What? Nah, it's we're in a pandemic,
I know that, but yeah.
Whatever. It's part of who I am now.
Yeah.
Got me a little street cred.
Yeah. I was on there with the Carolina games with you.
Right. Yes, you were on there. Paul was on there. All the other CFO people were on there. Natalina was on there. The guy Frankie. Those were fun. I mean, the games sucked, but that was fun to do.
That was actually my therapy for watching that game, was listening to all you guys.
Yeah, at least we were together. Like, it's because that did not go well.
You know who
like you said, we're up and down so far this season, so whatever.
You know who had a better run at CFO than Ricky? The CFO of Enron. I don't know if you heard about Enron.
Yeah.
He had a better run.
Enron, Lehman Brothers, Jordan Belfort.
Yeah.
Whatever. It was
goes
still,
on the resume.
It was still a hell of a ride. Dan, who's your favorite current Ranger? Your favorite all-time Ranger?
Current Ranger, gotta probably agree. Panarin, just the way he plays. I like it. Like, again, his attitude, the way he plays on the ice. But it's funny you say all-time, because I have my jersey in there with the '94 patch is Alexei Kovalov,
nice.
the Troll Man.
That's right. Yeah. Look at that. It all comes.
The Troll Man. There he is.
It comes circle.
How did I know?
It would have been more impressive if he wasn't listening before he came on and he just happened to say the Troll.
Yeah. That would have been great. But yeah, Alexei Kovalov definitely growing up. It's what.
Nice.
I'm a lefty. You know what I mean? I kind of style my games like that.
That's a solid pick. I'm a big Kovalov guy.
Very good. See?
Love it. And your favorite Garden memory or moment? Oh, have you ever been kicked out of the Garden? You ever get kicked out of the Garden?
I haven't been kicked out.
Okay, then your favorite Garden memory or moment?
I've been told to calm down.
That's totally different. Totally different. Your favorite Garden memory or moment?
A lot of the promos that they use like a picture of it was me, my wife, my cousin, her husband. So like they'll use it for a couple different promos here and there, but It's like a random game. It was against the Colorado Avalanche, regular season, and it went to a shootout. And that's what they kept using. And they ended up winning in a shootout. And I don't know if it was the drinks we had or the energy of the game, but we went absolutely fucking nuts. And they just had us. They had that big ass camera there the whole time because we were going nuts. But I will never forget that night. And they won 3-2 in a shootout. Absolutely. And obviously the Vic Hadfield night, just the memories. We got to meet Jean Rattel outside. We met Hadfield, Gilday. It was nice.
The shootouts, again, they're fun, but I'm over them now. It's like
I agree with you. I think they should, I like the old school. Like, just keep playing until someone scores. You know what I mean?
Again, I don't want ties, but I don't want a shootout. Like, let's come up with something where you have 3-on-3 and you play until someone scores a goal. It's not going to take long. It's not going to take forever. It's like once in a blue moon, you might play like a 20-minute period, 3-on-3. It seems impossible.
Yeah. I mean, I hated the 3-on-3 when it started. I'll be honest. Like, it confused me with the whole, like...
I love it. It's a heart attack.
It's 4-on-3, and then they come on, it's 4-on-4, and then the whistle blows, it's 3-on-3. It confused the shit out of me in the beginning. But I do like it. And that's actually last game kind of that back and forth with the Flyers. That really... the energy you had there.
It's a heart attack. It's crazy. I hate it, and I love it. It's both.
I think they had, right in the third period, they had 2 power plays, the Flyers, and...
Well, how about this? It's a shortened season. They could have did like a little thing now. Like, I know baseball changed the little rules. Hockey should have did the same. Like, it's a shortened
52 minutes. 52 minutes before baseball was mentioned. That's a new record for the
I was just
RTHH
using
podcast.
that as a reference point for the NHL. The MLB
Let's go Mets.
changes. They had the DH.
Oh, Yankees.
The DH was all year in the MLB.
You're right. The runner on second base. They could have tweaked it.
They may change. Hockey should do, all right, 5-minute 3-on-3, another 5-minute 3-on-3, or whatever, whatever. And just
shut the clock, infinity clock 3-on-3. That's all. That's what it should be. And no whistles. No whistles allowed, no icings.
No rules. No rules.
No icings, no offside, no clock. 3-on-3 until someone scores.
With rules, they gotta get rid of this delay of game. I hate this. Like, if it's an intentional throw over the boards, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but how can you decipher that though? It's so tough.
Buchnevich, one-handed backhand that he's trying to like back off the. No way he's trying to put that into.
But it makes you more. You have to be more responsible than with the puck. That's all it is. That's what it is.
No,
I hate it. I hate it. But I get it.
It was made for smart defensemen that were getting killed in their own zone, and they would just throw it. Instead of icing it, I'll just throw it into the crowd.
Right.
That's why it was made. Yeah. And it's being called when it shouldn't be called. That's when it should be called. Defensemen try and delay the game. And that's what, not Buchnevich trying to hit it off the glass to outlet pass. Like, that should not be the delay game. But
I don't see it going anywhere. But I understand the sentiment. I get it. It's annoying.
We're talking about calls. It should be a judgment call if they're calling diving on legit penalties.
That's.
Why can they not retract these calls at these delay games?
You call an actual penalty plus a dive. Yes. It makes no sense. Embellish this.
Yeah.
The fuck
so then nothing happened. So it wasn't a penalty, it wasn't a dive. Then keep playing. Don't blow the whistle. Let them keep playing then.
Yeah, let them offset.
Yes. Penalties offset. Replay.
Oh, God.
First down.
Oh, God. 52 minutes without baseball. Anyway, Dan, before we let you go, I have to ask you the podcast question. Hope you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with hockey. Ready. Gun to your head.
Okay.
One fast food chain the rest of your life. What'll it be?
Taco Bell. Next question. It is.
And that's this. So 2 weeks in a row, we've had
Taco Bell.
Quick answers. We've had 2 quick answers. I forget what they.
It was ready.
He was ready for it. He was ready. Taco Bell is a solid choice too. And it's not the first time we've heard it.
I knew that before you were going to.
This is another one where there's no wrong answers, really, unless is there a wrong answer? I can't think of it. I don't know. It's an opinion question. How can there be a wrong answer to an opinion question? Whatever. So Taco Bell for Ranger Suit Dan. Yeah. Ranger Suit Dan. Follow him on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. You'll know it by the suit. Show us the suit again, Dan. While it lasts. I know we got a custom job coming.
Soon to be White Liberty custom jersey coming, I think.
Custom suit, Dan.
He'll have the RTHH patch under the right armpit, and then we're good to go. But Ranger Suit Dan Werner, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having me.
And
Appreciate you.
let's go Rangers. We'll have you on again someday, and we'll see you on the
Can't wait.
internet.
Yeah, I'll see you on there.
See you later, Dad. Have a great weekend.
You too. Enjoy the
See
game.
you on the line. Thanks for coming.
See you later.
On the line.
All right, B. Now you can say it.
What?
Now you can say it.
On the line?
What?
Oh my
What?
god.
What a show!
I
What a show!
I wasn't gonna-
Jesus
I wasn't going to
Christ.
say it. I wasn't going to say it.
That's the tagline of the show.
I know. I created the tagline. I know the line.
And it was organic and it was beautiful. And now we overplay it. We're gonna beat it till it's dead.
But you can't say it too early. You got to wait towards the end of the show.
I waited until after the second guest, which was the first time you said it, after Dancing Larry, who was our second guest ever.
When you're right, you're right. When
You're
you're right.
goddamn right, I'm right.
Do I have time to check my internet?
Well, what's wrong with it?
I have to check my internet.
I think I have the
don't
same
underst-
use. I think I have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't.
It's a euphemism.
Is it a euphemism?
I have to check my internet. All the
Well, then,
things
if you're gonna check your internet, then Billy has to come on. What am I supposed to just talk to people for however many minutes you're away? And I'm by myself here.
Look, just pretend like it's a normal show. Just start talking for 5 minutes and no one else talk.
I would have prepared a monologue if I knew you were gonna leave.
I wasn't planning on leaving, but usually there's a buffer here.
There's usually a buffer.
Where's AJ? Where's Alex?
What do you need a beer?
Yeah, I need a beer.
Why can't someone bring it to you? Or is it the type of beer they can't bring?
Mine's the type of beer that can't be brought.
Someone's gotta bring a Coke bottle like Dwight Schrute.
Billy, should I text him? Should I text him? What the hell?
No, just go check your internet.
Okay,
Go check your internet.
I gotta go check.
Billy, you can go to the bathroom too. I'll take it from here for however long it takes. You can go. I got this. But I'm going to wait for you guys to leave before I start talking about what I'm going to talk about.
All right.
So get the hell out. Get out.
All right. We're out.
Billy, go check your internet, Bill. Beano, go check your internet.
2-2, Billy. Islanders, Boston.
No one cares about the Islanders. No one cares about the Islanders. Hey, everybody, this is Ricky Diffendale. I'm by myself in the trenches taking grenades because they have to check their internet. So I'll give you my take on the Rangers season so far. I was going to rank them from dumbest to smartest, but I'm not going to do that. Listen, every guest we bring on this show echoes pretty much the same sentiment where there's disappointment, but there's also a sense of optimism. So we're trying to find silver linings. I've never been much of a silver linings guy myself. I demand excellence from my teams, which is funny because I'm a Mets fan. But this team is frustrating. And we've had Statboy Steven say the same thing. Dancing Larry say the same thing. Ranger Suit Dan just said it. Frustration, but the future is bright. The future's bright. So I look at a guy like Kevin Rooney getting an opportunity here, looking good doing it. I look at a guy like Colin Blackwell getting an opportunity here and looking pretty good, although he shit the bed on a wide open net on a power play last night. That would have been an assist for Zibanejad. But I've vamped enough. If I've seen Beano come back into the room, the internet must be good in his home. And I think I hear Billy snickering in the background. But that's my take. I get it. I get the frustration, but I also see the silver lining. And I like how some of these guys have played. Kevin Rooney, Colin Blackwell, just to name a couple. But now that my friends are back, I'll stop there in my tracks. Welcome back.
What are you talking about?
Just giving my take on the Rangers season because I needed to fill air. Hot air, but air nonetheless. Billy, you know what it's time for, babe. My favorite part of the show.
Trivia
Time. Now, Bill, I have to ask you, you got a question from Cobb.
Yes, and I have one from AJ.
You got not Alex.
No, I don't have Alex's. I'm sorry.
Okay, in the future, if you fail to provide a trivia question, you should get docked a
Deducted.
question.
Deducted.
You should
Deduction.
get a question docked. Not tonight, because fair is fair. But in the future, send the question or get docked a point.
Set the
Let's do
precedent right now.
Let's do their questions first. Let's go with Cobb's first. Cobb said that he thought his would be a layup.
Cobb's
Yeah.
trying to help me because I suck at the trivia contest right now. I'm
All right.
definitely.
I don't think anyone's doing that well. I've been pretty hot in Who Am I's, but trivia leaves much to be desired.
Are we ready?
Well, now I'll just feel dumber if I get the layup wrong. So now I don't.
Everyone in this room is now dumber. Go ahead, Billy.
Excuse me, I had to burp. Which current Ranger?
Yeah, we heard it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Which current Ranger just recently passed Sergei Zubov for third place in points by a Russian-born Ranger? Your 30 seconds. Wait, hold on. Now.
Russian-born Ranger. Billy, where's the second reading?
I was waiting for 15 seconds. Which current Ranger just recently passed Sergei Zubov for third place in points by a Russian-born Ranger? You have
Oh,
5
shit.
seconds
I might want to
starting
change my
now.
answer.
Oh my God! You literally have 3
Oh.
seconds. 2.
He's running out of time.
1.
He's running out of time.
Ah! All right, flip him. We'll take Ricky's answer. Oh, Pavel
What?
Buchnevich.
It is Booch, right? I almost
Yeah.
switched it to Panarin, but I figured Booch has been around longer, so I'll take it. Oh, not much of a layup. You missed the layup.
I missed the layup.
You missed. You Patrick Ewing
He just passed Zubov, Buchnevich.
for third all time by Russian players.
So I
Probably
don't
like
know the
14
history.
points career. I'm sorry. I grossly underestimated Sergei Zubov and Pavel Buchnevich, but good for you, Booch.
So
I thought Zubov had more points than Ranger.
I'm sure we could look up who
All
has
right.
the most points as a Russian board, but I'm sure is it Kovalev or
So AJ got it right in the chat. Do we give him a point?
at what time did he write? Is it time stamped?
Yeah. Hold on.
Did he see my answer and then type it?
No, he typed it before your answer. Actually,
Okay, good. Then he gets a point. Absolutely, he gets a point.
good job.
If he's making the effort to be around to do this, he deserves it. As long as he's not cheating like a prick.
Well, I can't, police that.
All right, well, give us his question.
All right. Henrik Lundqvist was infamously not taken by the Rangers until the 7th round of the 2000 NHL entry draft. Who was the only other player picked by the Rangers in the 2000 draft to play an NHL game with the team? Your 30 seconds start now.
Oh my God, he went to the fucking
2000.
the year 2000. Stop it! Stop it!
I don't know why, but I think I got this right.
Wait, shush. Hold on. Give me 30 more seconds.
I'm giving you one more reading. Henrik Lundqvist was infamously not taken by the Rangers until the 7th round of the 2000 NHL entry draft. Who was the only other player picked by the Rangers in the 200 with a team?
Great second
Who
reading.
was the other player they picked by the Rangers that played besides?
Who was
Lundqvist?
the only
I get
other
it.
player picked by the Rangers in the 2000 draft to play an NHL game with the team?
Okay.
Your 30 seconds ended like 20 seconds ago.
Okay, I'm just gonna write a fucking name because I have no idea. Just pick someone that played with Henrik Lundqvist. Okay.
3, 2, 1, flip them. On both of you. Dominic Moore, 3rd round.
Dominic Moore.
Dominic Moore. I love Dominic Moore.
Me too.
Not that much, apparently.
I dropped my eraser.
What's Nigel doing?
Nigel Dawes is a good guess. I just threw a name down on the paper. I'll do my question. And then Beano could do his and his Who Am I? Are you ready, Bean? I guess AJ, if AJ's in the chat, AJ, this one's for you too, you bitch. Okay. With 1,651. Okay, I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna start reverse what I said. Ready? Scratch what I just said. With
Hold on.
20.
1,000.
Don't write that. Don't write that.
No, that's my answer because that's the answer to the question.
It's not the answer. With 2,100, this player is the New York Ranger all-time leader in goals on ice for. With 1,651, this same player is the New York Ranger all-time leader for goals on ice against. So he leads the team. So he was on the ice for the Rangers for the most goals scored and on the ice for the Rangers for the most goals against.
30 seconds starts now, Beano.
2,100 goals for
scored
and 1,651 goals against. Both Ranger records.
El Cheapo got his answer in.
So I guess I can just show it when I have it, right?
You have 10 seconds if unless
Now show it. He's got it. Show it. What did AJ write?
Brian Litch, Leetch, whatever.
Oh, Brian Litch. Brian Litch is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Brian Leach.
Litch.
Ranger legend. You are really stone cold in trivia. Brian Leach leads the Rangers all-time on-ice goals for, on-ice goals against. What's your question, babe?
February 10th, 2021. 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
The Rangers battled the Boston Bruins at Madison Square Garden. I scored the first goal of the game, and it was my first career NHL goal.
Wait, this is a who am I or a trivia question?
No, this is the question. Who is it? It happened 2 weeks ago.
Wait, say it again.
2 weeks ago, against the Bruins, I scored the first goal of the game, and it was my first career NHL goal. In a team full of rookies and career nobodies.
Wait, once more?
I assume you meant for the Rangers.
Yes, it was the Rangers.
All right, I'm ready. Did AJ put his answer in?
No. I also
All right,
forgot
give
to
him
start the timer.
10. What?
I also forgot to start the timer, so.
You're actually doing a timer? You're not just counting?
Yeah.
I have my answer. Does AJ have his answer?
AJ doesn't have his answer. I'm calling it.
He's called
That's correct.
Yeah.
Julian Gauthier. Let me get that. I was surprised that was his first career goal.
As was I. That's why I made the question. With a team of young guys, I thought maybe we'd get confused with who scored their first goal when, and
I did watch that game.
we all did, but you forget these goals.
Billy, play the soundbite, baby.
Who am I?
Brought to you by Unified Windows.
We'll discuss after I'm done with my Who Am I. We'll discuss what took me off my game here. But here we go. Who am I?
Okay.
I was drafted by the New York Rangers in the first round, second overall. I was a fan favorite. However, the team was moving in a different direction, and they traded me to the rival Boston Bruins. Over my 17-year career, I tallied just under 900 points. I'm an NHL Hall of Famer, and the number 2 I wore as a Ranger was not available in Boston, so I wore number 22. Who am I?
Oh.
30 seconds start now.
You didn't give any years, huh? 22, drafted number 2 overall by the Rangers. Traded to Boston, 900 points, Hockey Hall of
10
Famer.
seconds.
22 in Boston. This must have. I'll be upset if it wasn't before my time because I don't know.
AJ got his answer.
Hold on. I'm gonna write something. Okay, I'm not gonna write anything. Who is it? What did AJ
AJ's
write?
answer?
Brian Leach or whatever.
Come on, Brian Leach. No, it was
900 points
You
for the
fell.
Bruins. AJ, he's off the podcast.
thinking it's a joke.
AJ fell for the trap. AJ fell for the trap. You want to think it's number 2. It's Brian Leach. It was Brad Park. AJ's answer from his trivia question last week. Brad Park
Son of a
was
bitch.
traded to the Bruins and wore number 22 for the rest of his career. But he is a Hockey Hall of Famer, and he has 900 points. But if we're paying attention, Leach, we just had a trivia question. They had 1,000 points for and 1,000 against. It's
Yeah, but
kinda
this
ruined my-
Leach was traded late in his career to whatever, played for the Bruins. He didn't have 900 points for the Bruins.
No, he had his whole career. He had 9. I didn't say for the Rangers. I
I know
said
that's why AJ's an idiot.
he got confused. He fell for the trap. I set the trap. AJ fell for it.
You could have given me a lot of guesses. I wouldn't have gotten that.
Poor man
Brad
can't
Park,
even
number
defend
2.
himself.
Or number 2. Before
right.
Leach, number 2 was Brad Park.
Yeah. Also before I was born. So
He's Ranger alum.
what did you say? You said we were going to talk about something after your Who Am I?
Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That you had a question about Leach.
I thought we were going to talk about
1,000
this. I thought you had a problem with the sound bite.
No, I had a problem with the 1,000. The question before was Leach on the ice for 1,000 points and for and against. So 900 points. It's not Brian Leach because he was on the Rangers for 1,000 of those points. So, but AJ wasn't paying attention. AJ wasn't paying attention to this whole show.
Good thing you showed up too, Billy. In relation to where I am on the Twitch stream, where's the JCT's logo? Which way do I have to point? This way?
You're down, but you're a little just there you go.
Right there.
Right there.
You are watching the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast brought to you by Johnny C's Tees. Local, all your t-shirt needs. Short sleeve, long sleeve, jersey, hoodie, jacket, hats.
Original sponsor. There you go.
Yes, follow Johnny C's Tees on Twitter, Instagram, and all social media platforms. This has been Trivia, and Who Am I? I think I had a pretty good night in Trivia. Did I get 2 questions right?
Yeah, you.
Do we have standings?
I can't find my notes. I lost them.
Okay. Well, one of these weeks I'm going to ask for standings, and you're going to have them ready to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna one of these days I'm gonna type them up.
One of these days.
I pay Billy pretty well to not do those stats. So I think until you can grease the wheels a little better than I can, those stats will not be available.
We should be keeping count of how many trivia questions Beano's gotten wrong in a row. He's like the Mika Zibanejad
Well, I got the
trivia.
Right.
Okay. But even Zibanejad's on his way. He's on his way back. You get the Kolzig one was like an empty net goal, but you have not come back from that yet.
That's true. Kolzig was the empty net.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
True.
Just like Zibanejad's going to get there. Big thing happening tomorrow. There's a hockey game at Madison Square Garden. Excuse me. And there will be fans in attendance. What do we think? Does this change anything, Beano, or is it just business as usual?
I saw I'm sure you might have saw it too. The Zibanejad himself said he can't wait to see actual people in the stands. They're probably going to be booing, but he's happy to see other people than the staff of the MSG.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's not going to be the same feel. Are they going to pull the tops? Another baseball reference. Are they going to pull the tops on the seats now? And people can.
I'd say certain sections. I say certain sections will probably be untarped. I know the people will be separated. There's only going to be 1,500 people.
They're not doing the cardboard thing, are they?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's be cardboard fans and then some real people in between the cardboard people.
I don't think so. Because if it was me, I would definitely take a cardboard cutout with me when I left.
Was it the Super Bowl? Did they have cardboard?
Yeah, I think it was the Super Bowl.
Or
the Super Bowl was a travesty, and Beano died. Beano's dead.
People mixed with cars in a stadium, and it was just. I'm back. Is that what I'm thinking of? Was it the Super Bowl that they had fake cardboards and real people sitting next to cardboard people?
Maybe. If you're gonna do it one way, do it one way.
I think that's.
Well, I'm looking at the Garden right now. The Knicks are playing. I don't see any cardboard in the crowd.
Are there people there?
There's
people there?
There's people dancing on Garden Vision.
I see people. Hold on. I'm actually. This is the first Knick game I'm probably watching since Linsanity. Hold on.
There is no cardboard.
So
There's no cardboard in that
Ranger
crowd.
Suit Dan in the chat said 2,000 were loud. But I don't know if because aren't they pumping in the sound too?
Well, that was going to be my next question. Do they need the fake noise with only 2,000 people? I really hope they stop it. I hate it.
I'd
It
rather
sounds
just be
bad.
silent.
I don't like it. If you're going to have people in, let the 2,000 people make some noise. Don't pump in fake crowd noise when you have an actual crowd, however small, in the Garden. What are your thoughts?
It's not going to be very loud with 2,000 people.
Yeah,
You're
but
gonna,
it,
you're going to hear. You're going to hear every damn thing those 2,000 people have to say, though. You're going to hear shoot the puck all the, if they don't pump in the crowd noise.
I just don't want to hear the fake noise anymore. I can't stand it. It's bad. It just doesn't sound good.
Actually, I now on board with you. I hope they don't pump in the crowd noise because I want to hear that freaking whistle. I want to hear the Pod Fan Sucks whistle. I just want to hear that. Would actually probably make my whoever. I mean, there's no one watching this podcast, but if you are watching this podcast and you're going on Friday, please do the whistle. That would sound amazing.
I'm very
amazing.
I'm very anti-Potvin chant.
No, it's just the whistle. It's
and they said they want to change it to Putin sucks. Instead of Potvin sucks. Anyway, the Rangers are playing in front of fans. They're playing the Bruins. Tough team. They've already beaten us twice, right? What are you looking for here? You think obviously Igor's got to start tomorrow, right? You think he will?
I sure hope so. And I hate to be negative, but Boston is playing well, looked amazing, and it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough to.
They're playing tonight. We got Boston.
What?
If they're gonna steal it, they got to steal it tomorrow because Boston's playing tonight. So let's get them on the back end of a back-to-back. Let's beat them tomorrow. Trying to think of a hot take. Filipino plays in one of these games against Boston and scores 6 goals in the game he plays.
Yeah, come on. I would have took that he's playing tomorrow. That'd be an awesome hot. And I actually think I'm not going to make it a hot take. I think he's playing tomorrow.
I think he'll play over the week. I think he'll play over the weekend, not tomorrow, and he'll score when he comes back. Not 6 goals. Sorry. We're drinking Boston beer.
Oh yeah.
And hopefully, the Rangers will knock down something from Boston too. Preferably Rat-Face Marchand.
Oh, rat boy.
So you think Hito's going to play tomorrow?
Yeah, I do. I think. The way that press conference was today, he was like he was talking, the hand, and the COVID, he's playing. He was skating today. As far as I know, it was a full practice. He was skating, and I think he's going to play.
Right. Well,
they have to.
I hope you're right.
Healthy,
I hope you're right.
If he's
I won't hold my breath, but I hope you're right.
If he's healthy, you better be playing because this depleted team needs a shot in the arm.
David Quinn, start Igor. Start him.
He's gonna start.
No carousel. Start Sturkin. Start him. Start him.
The only reason it was even a close game last night is because Shesterkin played so well. So he deserves to play again. And he's playing, and he's separating himself from Georgiev. You can see it. It's been happening the last week, 2 weeks. So he's been separating himself.
Friday night Bruins, Sunday afternoon Bruins. Hopefully we could steal at least one of the two from a very good team with a Panarin-less and Keandre Miller-less and Capo Caco-less, a cockless New York Rangers team. And hopefully Filipino plays in one or both of these games. And that was an ill-conceived penis joke. I'm sorry, Capo Caco. Beano. Beano's internet was better in Tampa.
Here, so you got to fill in. We got to find.
If only he checked his internet when he
All right,
actually.
I'm back.
Said
I said you had to fill in.
Maybe you should actually check the internet.
You did the penis joke. Hold on, rewind. The penis joke. AJ's not here, so you have to fill in the penis joke. I don't know if it came over.
Yeah.
I had a hot take.
Well, he did find a way to. What's the hot take?
Eichel will be a Ranger, but it won't be.
God.
It won't be soon. It will be later. But the real hot take was who are we losing for Eichel? That's what I had in my whole list of what do they want for Eichel? Because it's going to happen. It's what are we going to give up for him?
Either Lafreniere or Kako is, I think one of them goes. High end prospects. You're talking Nils Lundqvist or Keandre Miller.
Kravtsov or something.
Probably 2 first-round draft picks, and then I think we get them.
I circled 2 names: Zibanejad and Kravtsov. I left Lafreniere and Kako. I don't think they're not going to part ways with either one of those because it'd be great, but no, I think it's Zibanejad because his name has come up so many times, and this guy, Kravtsov. Yeah, Kravtsov. I think they keep Fox, they keep Miller, they keep Kako and Lafreniere and it's going to happen in the offseason. It's not going to happen.
You, that would be ideal, Bean, but again, I'm no Jeff Gordon, so I guess we'll see. That's what you know damn well that Twitter will speculate from now until it happens.
I read the thing. Eichel wants out of Buffalo, and that's all that matters. He wants out, and it's now like, what is Buffalo going to get? No, he wants out, so he's gone. It's like, what can they get now? Like,
here's what I do: Jack Eichel, straight up for Jack Johnson. Switch the Jacks. A man can dream. Billy?
Yes.
Did we have Gordon Ramsay on the line?
We do. Do you want to hear him?
I can just put him through.
Any last words, you f***ing donkeys?
Oh, that's funny. Beano, any last words? You fucking donkey.
I actually do have some last words tonight. I think it was today or yesterday. As much shit as I get for shitting on Henrik Lundqvist, I enjoyed seeing him on the ice, skating, actually taking shots or some whatever drills, which is amazing. If the guy had open heart surgery 2 months ago, just under 3 months ago, whatever it was, and that it almost got kicked back to the Capitals. Like, is he going to play this year? Now that he's skating now, and it's kind of like, no, he's not going to play this year for us. So he's going to. And he hasn't said anything about his future, but it was nice to see that Lundqvist was actually playing hockey, doing hockey-related things after having open heart surgery. So all you think, I hate Lundqvist. I don't hate Lundqvist. It was very nice to see him appear to be doing very well.
Well, welcome sight.
Yes.
I honestly didn't prepare any last words tonight, but I will say this. The podcast tonight was fantastic, Bean. I enjoyed working with you. It's not the same without the boys. Kavi, Alex, AJ, come back, guys. It's not the same without you. Although we get a lot more words in, there's a lot less cutting off of people because there's just, everyone wants to talk, especially AJ. But I almost miss talking about the Mets, AJ. I'll admit it. So come home. Come back to the podcast. I know. I just bust balls about baseball. We could talk baseball. Podcast isn't the same without you, fellas. And I didn't make up enough ground in trivia to get away from any of you. So come back next week. Let's do this right.
They're all missing, but where's Brian Boyle? Where's Brian Boyle?
Beano, real quick before we go. Quick 10-second review of the garment that you're wearing.
This is my, the old Instagram pop-ups you get. Obviously I follow hockey stuff, so I get my sweatshirt that was made from maybe destinations unknown. It's a White Liberty sweatshirt, 90% cotton, 10% polyester. It costs about $38, and it's what you expect.
Worth the $38? He's dead.
Could be.
He died.
It's nice. It's real. It's movie material.
The KGB got him.
And I will not wear other things that I got until some people show up and join us. How about that? I have a nice stockpile of things from our friends that then it's ready to go.
Plenty of things to
wear. That's why I'm wearing this. That's why I'm wearing this rag.
All right,
I wore this Billy, for you.
Thank you, Billy, for your contributions as you do a fantastic job every week. Thank you, Beano. for your contributions, as you do a fantastic job every week. I already know that I do a fantastic job every week.
What?
Thank you to Paul DeMonte from the Rangerstown Man Cave and Dan Werner, Ranger Suit Dan. Follow them both on Instagram and on Twitter. The Rangerstown Man Cave is a sight to behold, and so is Dan Werner's Ranger Suit. Follow them both. We thank them for coming on tonight. This has been the Ranger Things Have Happened podcast, sponsored by Johnny C's Teas. We'll come back at you next week, hopefully talking about a lot of good Ranger things that have happened. But we are playing the Bruins this weekend. Let's hope for the best. Get well soon, Filipino. Get back in that lineup. Rest in peace to AJ, to Alex, to Cobb. But they'll be back next week. I guarantee it. We'll be back next week. Where's Brian Boyle? Maybe you'll find out next week on the RTHH podcast. Until then, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thank you to Johnny C. Follow him on Twitter and Instagram. We'll see everybody next week. Have a great weekend, Rangerstown. Let's go Rangers. Fuck the Bruins. And fuck Brad Marchand.